Most heartwarming John Ford films. The compositions, and I love the black and white. It just was magnificent, and it takes you to a different time, but every frame, and the camera's not moving, were the great faces that Ford had. Now, he was
meticulously designed all of that. He had an eye for that, yeah.
From working in silence. Now, he was mad at people. He would pick on people, and you were the new kid. Did he ever pick on you, Claude?
I was very fortunate. The word says, and I think Pat knows more than I do, but they said he would always have a favorite. They'd also have someone who was not a favorite.
That's right.
And he would pick on somebody. And he picked on Ben Johnson for some reason. Ben could do nothing right. Just shut up, Ben, and get on a horse. Forget the lines. He was just mean to him.
Pretty tough, yeah.
And for me, because I'd done the Roman riding, I could do no wrong.
That Roman riding sequence was so fabulous. I heard that even in those early days of this club that you were together.
I know what you're going to say. I'll tell them. A lot of people who've seen the movie, they automatically always want to say, Roman riding, did you really do that? I said, yes, I did it. John Ford called me in 3 weeks before production and said he wanted me to try to learn to do that and to go out to whatever that farm was and learn with Dobie and Ben Johnson, which I did. But when McLaughlin says, would you like to ride? And I say, yes. Then you show me do this croup mount, get on the horse, and there's no cut. So Ford wanted to be sure that I got credit for doing that.
Well,
so
you deserve it.
So we're going through this whole routine. I'm talking to these guys one night. We're sitting around drinking a little white wine or whatever. And they said, come on, you didn't do that. I said, look, I did it.
His campmates.
I said, of course I did it. And they said, well, how do we know that? Pat was there. Ask Pat.
I'm his bona fides.
And I said, so I said, Pat, did he do that? Pat says, no.
You know I.
Well, when you first showed up, and you saw Ben and Dobie doing that, and what were you, 15 years old?
Yeah.
And you jumped right up on those horses? What was their reaction to that?
Ben was a little angry, I think. They were a little surprised.
Yeah. And what made it so easy for you to be able to do that?
Well, I don't know. I had made about 4 Westerns, so I'd been riding horses a lot.
You had ridden with Joel McCrea.
With Joel McCrea, and I loved riding horses. Yeah. Even in True to the Dust, I was riding a horse. So anyway, it was not